everyone. Welcome to mypinkstamper.com. I hope you are having a wonderful week so far, wherever you are in the world. Today I'm going to be spotlighting our paper pumpkin box for October 2020. I love getting this fun box in the mail. There are so many goodies in there. Everything is ready to create, and I'm going to walk you through the two projects that you're making in the October 2020. If you would like to sign up for this box to receive it in your mailbox each month, if you're in the United States, you can sign up directly on my website, mypinkstamper.com, and click on the little paper pumpkin at the top, or I'll have the link right here with the code to sign up also in the description. It's a fun little box. It's very inexpensive. And also, if you're just wanting to jump in and see if you are going to like the paper crafting and stamping world, you can give it a try. It's a great way to get your hands in the ink and get started. Okay, so I've already opened this up and I have the two projects ready to go. In the box, you receive this instruction sheet and it shows you how to make the projects. Now for this one, you're making 4 of each of these Christmas cards. So I'm going to make 1 of each. And then after this, I'm going to show you a couple other projects you can make using some of the supplies from this. If you'd like to make your kits go a little bit further, I have some alternative ideas or alternate ideas using the paper pumpkin. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. What I love about paper pumpkin is you get an exclusive stamp set each month. And this month you're getting this really cute and adorable Christmas one. So this is a Christmas themed box. The next one that I've already seen a sneak peek of, if you pre-order or if you sign up now for Paper Pumpkin, you get the gingerbread one that will come next month. You have to sign up by November 10th to receive the next box. Okay, so you get all of these supplies and materials in here. You also get this month, you're getting a whole sheet of our amazing Stampin' Dimensionals to pop up your images. You're also getting these little dots that you can use for adhesive if you don't have adhesive yet and you're just getting started. If this is your first month signing up for Paper Pumpkin, you'll also get a block to use with our photopolymer stamps that come in the Paper Pumpkin kits. Okay, so let's jump right in. And we are going to make this project first right here. I'm just making 1 of these. This part will be super quick and simple. These are fun if you just want something fast and easy to accomplish while you're watching TV with your family, or maybe you're traveling or at an event with your children or neighbors, family. These are great to take with you because they're all inclusive. Everything's ready to go. Okay, so we're going to be stamping the wreath, and we're stamping on top of this wreath. Now for this kit, this month, you're getting the Just Jade Stampin' Spot. And it's a nice little, kind of like a little sampling of our ink pads, but you can also re-ink these and take them with you for travel or pass them down to your children. And I'm gonna show you how they work. And I know I get a lot of questions from you, especially on my YouTube. How do I get started with stamping? I'm not sure where to start. These Paper Pumpkin boxes are a great way to get your hands started. Now I'm not even gonna worry really about lining this up. I'm just going to make sure that it's on the wreath. Ta-da, so beautiful. And that's all I need the wreath for this one. And the next one, I am going to be using this rectangle. So you have this sheet here that has the big rectangles on it and the smaller. So you'll need the smaller for this one and you'll need one of the larger ones for this one over here. And for this one, I am going to stamp peace to you and yours. And you can use any of these other sentiments. You could use peace to the world, sending peace, whatever you'd like to do. So that's your choice. Okay. Now I just like to ink these upside down with our larger ink pads. I usually am inking them like this. Okay, and that'll fit right on here to you and yours. Now, while I have my ink out, I'm gonna go ahead and ink up my other one, and this one only has 1 that we're inking up, and it's Merry Christmas. So now you have a Merry Christmas stamp if you haven't. So this is great to start your stamp set collection with a Christmas stamp set that you know you're gonna use every year. All right. Whoops. And I'm going to stamp it on the table first. Now you have to get your fingers inky a little bit. The true sign of a stamper or paper crafter or creative is that you have ink on your fingers, right? I'm just going to stamp the Merry Christmas on there. Okay, now I can put this ink away. Try not to get it on my fingers again. And we'll put together this first one. Now this one, you have 2 different types of card bases. One with these lines going this way, and then you have the other 4. So 4 going this way and 4 this way. I'm going to be making these exactly as they're shown here, okay? Just for the first 2. So this first card, the lines are going to go landscape, okay? So I'm going to, or to the right. I never really know what to say there. I just say what comes out of my mouth. Welcome to my channel. And if you're new, I'm happy to have you here. I hope you enjoy this really simple video today. And I have over 700 or 800 video tutorials on here that you can watch for free. If you'd like to be notified when I have new videos, I actually have 4 more that I'm filming just today that will be going up in the next week or 2. So don't forget to click the little subscribe button. And it's important that you click the little notification bell. I don't think people realize how important that is, because otherwise you will never know when I have a new video. Okay, so this beautiful twine that comes with this, I'm going to say that it is Merlot, Merry Merlot, or Cherry Cobbler, one of those 2. And I'm just going to wrap it around the white piece of cardstock that's already embossed, which is nice. And I'm going to just tie it over on the side. Now you can tie this however you want. They show that it's a bow. So I'm going to leave it here until I add my wreath on, and then I'll add the bow after. Okay, so now I'm going to take my wreath and let's see here. This is going to go right here, and I'm going to have my piece across here. And you can just use the little stickies if you'd like. I'm going to go ahead and use our liquid glue and just put a little bit on the P and then the C and the E on the other side. I'll just put a little over here. Little goes a long way with this, and I'll put a little over here. Okay. And then I'm going to add piece right here. Okay, and then to you and yours, I'm gonna actually pop that up with some of the dimensionals that they give us. Get a whole sheet. Now when you order the dimensionals, you get 3 sheets, which is nice because I use them on every single project. Good to know. They're very inexpensive and they're a fun little addition to your stamping. Okay, so I'm gonna do a piece to you and yours. And then that's going to go right on top of that. Okay. And I'll go ahead and turn this over, and I'm also going to just use the dimensionals on here. Or actually, we'll just lay this part flat. You can use your little stickies or your little adhesive dots, or you can use, if you have adhesive, I'm going to use our seal. That was our old, we used to have snail adhesive. And our seal, that was called a mixture. It's called Sneal. I'm using our Seal Plus. And I'm going to just put this right here on this card front. And then have this over to the side still. And then now I can use our dimensionals again and add them on the wreath. And then we'll just tie our little bow. And we are done with our very first card that came in this kit. That's how easy it is and how amazingly beautiful quick cards can be. You don't have to take hours and hours on one design. You can simply make a quick card. So I'm going to have this, let's see, this is going to kind of go, let me see if I can pull it down just a titch. Just a little bit, there we go. I'm just gonna pull it down right here. I'm gonna add this right across here. And then I'm going to add my little bow. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna tie this simple bow with this twine. It's about twine, or you can, if you'd like to, just do a regular simple tag or tie. There we go. I have it. I keep grabbing it. There we go. So there is one of the cards. Peace to you and yours. Isn't that super fun? So I'm going to set this aside. I'll set it with my paper pumpkin box. Now it's time to put together the second card that we're making. Now this one is going to go, the other one went portrait, and this one's going to go landscape. So the lines will go across. So basically the lines are going across for both. They're just a different direction, if that makes sense. I hope it did. All right. This one is going to go like this. And we're going to have this behind here off to the left a little bit. And this tag, I'm just going to kind of line it up how it's going to look. Okay, so let's go ahead and put your adhesive dots or your adhesive across your tag. And that's just going to go from side to side like this. And your gold beautiful foil is going to come out. Now that's going to go right here, but not yet. First, we're going to take some of this cranberry. I want to say cranberry, but we don't have cranberry color right now, so it's not cranberry. Now what you can do is just use your dots and put a little bit of adhesive down, or your snail, or whatever, your seal, your snail, whatever you're using. And we're just going to kind of wrap it around. It's just going to be behind the project, however you want to do that. I'm just going to add some big old whoops. That's what I call them. Whoops. Whoops. She did it again. All right. And you're getting some singing bonuses for you today. You're welcome on that. Okay. This is going to go here. Now we're going to be punching out these two. Now these are just punched out cardstock pieces, elements, and they're just going to go behind like this and this. Okay. And I'm going to lift these parts up with some of our dimensionals. Okay, now after I'm done with these two projects, I'm going to show you a couple other alternate projects that you can make with the stamp set and some of the product in this box using some of our other amazing Stampin' Up! Product, and how to make it go a little bit further for your buck. Okay, so I'm going to put this on here like that. I don't want it to stick on the back just yet. And then I probably should have put that down with adhesive first, but that's okay, because we're doing this together, and I'm not even going to edit that out. I am not. All right, so this is going to go right here, just kind of hanging off a little bit. And then I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to put adhesive on here. It's going to be hard because it's not flat, but that's okay. I can do many things, and I can make mistakes, and I can learn from them. Okay, this is going to go this way. Were some of you calling out, no, you've got it the wrong way. Okay, this is going to go off to the left a little bit. Just make sure that your flowers are on there. I should have probably put that on there first. And then this is just going to go across, and I'm just going to run a strip of adhesive across it. And we have another beautiful card. So these are the two card designs. You guys can do this. You can make this. So if you already signed up for Paper Pumpkin, I hope you have fun putting these projects together. This is the monthly subscription box. You can find all of the information below in the details. Now it's time to move on to the second part of this video, where I'm going to show you a couple other ideas using this Paper Pumpkin kit. Okay, it's time for part 2. I'm going to be sharing a couple alternate ideas using this Paper Pumpkin October 2020 kit. Now, I tried to make these alternate ideas where you could basically use most of the kit up and just a little bit of cardstock or added touch. I think for both of the projects, there's just a little bit of cardstock that you need. Everything else can be made with the kit, which I think is a fun idea for these ideas, because then you're using up more of your materials and you'll have different ideas. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started. So for this one, I'm going to tell you what you need from your kit, and then what I'm using extra. Something just fell on my floor. All right. Okay, so from your kit for this one, you're going to need 2 of these flowers. You're going to need the gold love and the gold banner, and then the smaller sheet. So this is the one that I use going this way. We're going to be cutting this down. So you'll need a paper trimmer for this one. And the stamp I'm using is just sending. That's the only stamped image on this, or stamped sentiment. And then we're using the Just Jade. So I tried not to add any other ink as well, just to make it super simple. Now you'll need a half sheet of our thick Whisper White cardstock. This is cut at 5.5 by 8.5 inches. Then you'll need a piece of our Cherry Cobbler cardstock. This is cut at 4 by 5.25 inches. Just making sure I cut it the right side. Right size, yes. I'm not gonna edit hardly anything out, so you'll be able to hear all of my quirks that I say, quirks. Okay, this is a piece of Just Jade. This is cut at 2 inches by 5 inches. And then we'll go ahead and get started. So for this one, we're going to start with our stamping. And we're just going to stamp the love or the sending with this Just Jade. Just going to ink this up, and we're just going to stamp this right in the center, right there. Okay, mine was really inked up and ready to go, and I'm going to use that on the last project. Now for the rest of the cutting, we're going to use the paper trimmer, but we're going to just snip off and leave close to maybe 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch on each side of this. So it's just this little piece right here. I'm going to toss the rest in the trash. And then I'm going to pull out I'm using the Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer. This is nice to have if you're just getting started. This is an essential tool to make cards, bags, tags, and scrapbook pages. Now I'm going to be cutting this piece down to 3 3/4. Set that aside to use later, by 5 inches. Super easy to do. Now I decided to make all of the alternate ideas with this kit cards, since this is a Christmas card kit. So I thought we would add and make more of those. All right, so let's put this together. We'll go ahead and start with this piece here. And we are going to add this Just Jade onto that. I'm using the Seal Plus again. It's my adhesive of choice. And I'm going to have this just be on the bottom half, like that, okay? Now I'm going to take my paper trimmer again, and I'm going to take this piece here, and I'm just going to cut off the edges so it no longer has a banner. Okay, and then now we are going to make these into strips of 1/4 inch, and it's just the first, so there'll be a bunch of little ones. It's the first one that you can basically tell it's 1/4 inch. It's the first line. Oh, Robyn, that's me. Okay, so I'm going to do 1. All I really need is 2 on this one. And then you could save the other one if you want to make another one. Okay. Set this aside. And I am going to have this go across here. So I'm going to use, you can use your liquid glue, you can use the little adhesive dots that come with it. I'm using glue dots. I like to add these when there's just little strips. And this is going to go from one side. And I'm just having it cover up the top part of the cardstock of the Just Jade. And then all I need on this side is just a little bit to kind of stick out. So I'm just going to cut some with paper snips. And you can save this for your next card as well. And then I'm going to add a couple glue dots on this piece right here. All right, and that can go across on this side. And then we have Sending Love, and I made another one right here. So there's one of your alternate ideas. And then I'm ready for the next one, which I'm super excited about. This one's my favorite. I love them all, but this one's my favorite. You'll need a background piece of paper for this, as well as your paper trimmer. And we'll go ahead and cut this first. This one down. I think this is the only piece that I'm cutting down on video. And what I want to make sure that this is 4 1/4 or by 5 1/2. It's a little bit longer than 5 1/2, so I'm just going to cut it down so it's 5 1/2. And then when I fold it, it'll be close to 4 1/4. And I can set that aside. And then I've already cut this piece of cherry cobbler, and it's 1 inch by 4 1/4. Yes, by 4 1/4. And then I cut this piece here, and this is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. Let me double check on that. No, it's 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. This is Coastal Cabana. It worked really well with the Just Jade. I liked how it worked. I'm going to be using the Just Jade ink, and I'm using the flower that came with the stamp set. All right, here are my 2 alternate ideas for this kit. And then here are the 2 designs from this month's paper pumpkin. Thank you so much for stopping in and joining me. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me. All of the information with the sign up links are below in the description of this YouTube video. If you like what you saw, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and subscribe if you're not a subscriber yet. You can find me, more of my video tutorials, giveaways, and projects on my website, mypinkstamper.com. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.